Figured out. We do have the level 83. Ooh, my FPS is low. I did restart the phone right before this. You know? But FPS is low, I'm feeling that. I think it's kind of caught up now. But I'm just saying. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna die to this boss. That frame drop was too much. Jeez. I think that missed. I thought I was close enough to get it. I'm dropping frames and stuff. One of my teammates died. I probably killed him, I didn't even see. And that's gonna mess up the timing. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna die to that, yeah. I didn't die, but I should have. Just because the timing throws it. I think they've done that intentionally to have his timing throw it right when the timer goes off to kind of give you that moment. So I'm doing the same damage because one of my teammates died. But I gotta live my life. Gotta live my life, fellas. We have today and tomorrow, I believe, and that's the end of the raid. It would be nice to get out of this thing without anything too embarrassing happening. He punched me during the basic attack, not during the weapon skill, so it didn't get interrupted, which is nice. I didn't think that was gonna hit me, but it totally did. Yikes. Okay, I think everybody survived. Okay, we did 1,000,000 more damage. Okay. I just can't talk during that boss, man. You drop a couple frames, it's over. Alright, anyways. We've been so close to getting 10 million on this boss. I was hoping to get 10 million on my teams before the level cap raise, but I mean, I'll take it. I'm not going to complain about it. I don't think that interrupted my damage too much, getting knocked back there. This is the practice run. He's going to jump around. Enough of that. That was late on the Beth hit, and I actually missed the stun for it. I was watching the chain skill timer too much, and I screwed it up. But we're just going to roll with it. And we're just going to pretend like that didn't happen, so... I'm kind of curious to see how much damage I will lose from missing 2 chains. Because we missed Beth and we missed Arabelle. Probably a lot. And I just got my weapon skill interrupted there, I think. So whatever. I think it's good to have a bad practice run. Because if you have a good practice run, then you'll have a bad real run. If you have a bad practice run, then you'll have a good real run, right? Even in spite of those, a bunch of mistakes, I'm close to 10 million. Battle taking place just on the client on my phone, or is this actually a server? Because what I would assume the game would do is you do the battle on your phone, and the game just checks if you can enter, and it checks the results to make sure that you're not doing anything silly. But you'd want all this, unless I'm like playing co-op or PvP, we're gonna be not so risky with our chain skills. That was actually really close on missing the Beth chain skill. I should have held the Lilith longer. A little bit of an interrupt on him there, that's nice. Oops, I thought he was gonna go down. I hope that didn't mess up my timing too much. I don't know if I can get my next chains off because of that. Oh, yikes. So I think we missed all of the arrow bow one there, but because of our level increase, yeah, we went up about around 1 million damage. Be a pretty big damage increase because she goes from 25% ranged attack team buff to 50. So that means my whole team. Look at that frame drops. Look at Eleanor just goofing off over there. Eleanor, what are you doing? I need to position myself so I'm not near Eleanor because I think I'm drawing the fire. And I don't think that's good. Eleanor gives an attack buff, so we do that. Now the enemy's down, so I'm doing that. And then we finish it off. If I time it, then we got the airborne from Tinia, and I can do my weapon skill during that. That's what I try to do. Is that the best way to do it? I don't quite know. And then we're gonna do it again. Now Eleanor's over there goofing off again. I was very late, and I messed up my chain there because I was talking, but for some reason, I did my weapon skill way too late, and I didn't get the down buff, and I didn't get the rest of the chain. Like I said, if you do a crappy practice, you'll do a good real hit. So 7.5, a handful of green hammers ready for the next meta unit, so I can go do meta things. Yo, Eleanor, I'm gonna need you to not stand near me because you're gonna die. Oh my goodness. And you're also taking my Gabe buff. Ah, look, she has a buff on her. She took my Gabe buff. Eleanor, you're a horrible person. So that is gonna be a DPS loss. Still a little bit closer than I should be. Oh, I should stand in that. What am I doing? I'm losing brain cells, fellas. Visual focus. I want to be the lowest health on my team to get the Gabe buff, but I'm also like almost messing up my chain skills over here. If you use the chain skills too, I messed it up again. What the hell? Oh, I can reset. We haven't used a reset. I don't want to get away from me. Boop. I took the ball to the face. I'll let you guys do whatever you want with that. One more. Boop. Come on, baby. Heal me up now. There we go. I don't think I stretched enough to get my weapon skill off, and I'm gonna try it. Nope. Not enough. Not enough. That's the thing. You're trying to get it just right. You know what I mean? I'm very lucky that that swinging ball did not interrupt me. Luckily, you can't get interrupt when you're clicking the chains. Oh, I clicked the attack thing. I've got big hands, man. I switched from the quick attacks to the big attacks. Let's see if I did anything for damage. Why am I messing up the easy boss? Whatever. This actually is a significant damage increase. Let me click OK so that sound goes away. I was actually doing like 6 mil sometimes if I roll unlucky under 6 mil. So this was a 1.5 mil increase. Again, remember, Tinia got 5-star, and then everybody got the level increases and the weapon increases and stuff. So let's see, we got one more day left to go, and let's just look at our battle log real quick. Look at me. Not bad, not bad. Could have been a little bit better. Some of those MK weapon skills could be timed during airborne and things like that, but oh no, I think I just ran out of brain cells. I used them all on Viper to not die. But apparently this is the damage I do. So let's do some nerd math real quick. Let's do some nerd math. 7.5 plus 10.5 plus 8.3. We're gonna put that in parentheses. So I'm doing 26.3 per day times 14 days. Yeah, 14 days because it raids 2 weeks. So theoretically, I could do just under 370 Now that doesn't include the initial days where you're killing the bosses and they're low health. I really hope they rework that. Like the low level boss that you kill and you waste all the damage, then you have higher level bosses that you have to coordinate and figure out who's gonna attack when and all that. I understand it adds like more effort and more coordination to this, but it's at the expense of fun. It does not make it more fun to have to coordinate, okay, who's the sweeper, who cleans the bosses when they're at 1 mil, and okay, the boss is 10 mil, I have to coordinate with a friend, okay, I can do 7, you can do 3, okay, and then, oops, one of us did 500,000 less than we thought we were gonna do, so now there's like 500,000 on the boss, and so I have to use the attack. Like, I understand that it takes more coordination, and you know, there is some sort of like a skill to that, and with different guilds being able to do that. But I gotta say, it is at the expense of fun to do that. What they should do, and I know a bunch of games have similar things like this, is the boss never dies. It just stays essentially like full health, and you're just seeing how much damage you can do against it. Kind of like a scarecrow, kind of like a pinata kind of thing. Of course, the boss is attacking and doing stuff. Now, you could make it so the boss starts off really easy. It has maybe less armor, its attacks do less, it levels up during the fight. That might be complicated, might not. You could do that way that lower level players, lower guilds can still do a bunch of stuff, and they don't just run into an end game brick wall, because I know that's not what they want. They want this to be more approachable for new players. I get that. But the killing the boss mechanic sucks. And then also you have the issue of the statues. So let's go and let me put my gear back together while I'm talking. But the problem with the statue, I know the statue's in the game, it's too late. It's too late. It is what it is. Which one do I want to put? But the thing with the statue is that it does more damage when the boss is full health, and you have the ship that does the opposite, and so that would kind of mess things up. Honestly, I think the change would be so good that in spite of that, because the statue is just an item. The guild boss is a game mode that impacts all players and everybody, all this. So like, even if you got the statue, and the main reason you got the statue is because you're like, oh, I want to do it on guild boss, you still have a lot of benefit in like co-op. Statue's better in PvP, Coliseum, etc. You could definitely argue that statue's better. And if you're like, well, but I got the ship and this and that, yeah, you know, there's times, regardless of guild boss, where both of those are valid. Honestly, I think you should just scrap both the statue and that and just make it a flat damage buff and leave it alone, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. I don't know, I'm rambling. You get the idea. But anywho, I don't know who I'm going to 5-star next. Candidates are Lucy, Veronica, Mayriel, and that's pretty much it. I don't plan on... I'm going to do the 100 gem polls on the fire team, weapons, and on the fire hero. If I get lucky with stuff, great. If not, I'm not too worried about it. Although it would make sense for me to have another melee team, because that way I've got like I've got a bunch of decent ranged teams, and they all kind of like intermix units like you see with Lucy on my team here. And if I had 2 melee teams, it would kind of help spread that out a little bit. Because, for example, on the new raid that's coming up, it would make the most sense for me to do... just looking at this real quick. I'm going to put this because it's got more defense on it, and I use her in PvP. But it would make more sense for me to... Totally lost my train of thought. We'll get it back. I don't know, whatever. Let me just finish swapping my gear real quick. Okay, we're good. I'm the best host ever. I forget what I'm talking about. I don't know, you guys get it. But yeah, it makes sense for me to have 2 melee teams. Oh, because I remember what it was. Because the raid that's coming up, I want to do like basic, light, and water. But water team needs a lot of the light heroes, or needs like Nari, for example, to make water work. So, since I can't really do basic light and water, because those are all range teams, it's probably going to be like basic light and dark, even though dark is not an optimal element type during this. And if for the players that have like all the heroes and everything built, instead of dark, they're going to run fire on the new raid, and then Lilith is used on there as well. So, and I think Lilith can use the Vishuvac weapon, which I have fairly ready to. Anyways, that's what it is. There's my new damages. We've been, as a guild, we've been flipping flopping back to 4th and 3rd every night right before it's time to for the bosses to reset. We jump into 3rd rank, and hopefully we'll keep that going. I can show you here, but we got a lot of late night boys and a lot of people kind of prowling around trying to maximize their statues. I think we got a bunch of statue users, which is another reason why statue makes a guild boss less fun, because it's like, okay, not only do you have to coordinate if the boss is low to see who's killing the boss and how low it's going to be, and like, you know, like let's say there's 10 million health left on the boss and I can do 9 million. It makes more sense for me not to do 9 million and let 2 guys that can do like 5 and 5 take that out, and then on the next boss, when the reset happens, then I do my 9 million. Because if I do my 9 million, then somebody has to do 1 million, and we're a strong guild, so I think everybody can do at least 5 million on a boss. So that would make my friend waste 4 million total damage. You see what I'm saying? So it's more finicky. It's not fun. Like I said, it is finickiness at the expense of fun. People just want to just log in, blast some music, shoot some stuff, play the game, etc. They don't want to kind of like to, you know, those little like Chinese like counting calculator things where you like slide the things over on the wires. Okay, so if I do 7 million and you can do 3, that's good. But if I do 6.5, then we're not gonna have enough. All right, anyways. Well, like I said, I do expect that we will hit rank 3. Who knows? Kit Kat has been holding strong for the past couple raids and whatnot, but we've got the late night boys with the statues. I think we're gonna come through, do our things. All I gotta do is not screw up for one more day. And here we go. I have not touched Fairy this entire time. Fairy is your water boss. So I should have been using Earth Team if I was fighting this guy. I've kind of let my Earth Team chill out a little bit, because I was talking about Mayriel, and I don't think I'm gonna do Mayriel. I think Mayriel can be a hero where I can just throw her in the training room as needed for the short term. I really think we're gonna see some god tier basic hero that's going to fit with the ranged meta, because right now basic team is this one. So some sort of god hero that replaces Lucy out of here and frees up Lucy to go with other things like, I don't know, water team or something. And then you got the earth team. Obviously everyone thinks that Rue is going to get replaced, which is why I'm not building Rue. Hopefully it'll be something that fits with that meta. New Earth God coming in. Water team, they need 2 more heroes here. But like I said, if Lucy is not stuck on basic team, then Lucy can go over here. So they only really need 1. And then ranged fire team doesn't really exist right now. And then where's the last one? Where's light? Light team's looking good. Basically, they could just cut and paste Tinia and make her a light version, and then light team would be good to go. You could literally cut and paste Tinia. She has good range damage. She survives well enough. She has a good party buff. She has it's either defense or range defense debuff. You could literally just cut and paste a ranged version of Tinia, or excuse me, a light version of Tinia, and light would be super happy. And then this was the fire team I made just to do the event, so I don't really look into that, but fire melee is coming. This is not them. I do have Lynn, stuff like that. She's just not needed at the moment. And then here, I've been predicting it for a while. I think Arabelle is going to get replaced by some melee fire god. I think it's going to be the male hero from that other game I mentioned. They could just slap a dark buff on him, or they could be fancy and put like weapon skill regen and dark buff on him. I think that would be really fun to play. because Lilith needs a lot of weapon skill regen. That would be really, really fun. Hopefully, they do something that allows Lupina to stay on the team, because if Lupina does not stay with this melee team, then she is going to be out of meta. She's not going to be on ranged dark team if that ever happens. She's not going to fill in anywhere else. She's basically a dead hero. But unfortunately, they made her weapon skill, or her chain skill, airborne. She's a melee hero that does melee damage on a melee team, and she's got an airborne weapon skill. What is that? Change that. What are you doing? You can say the same thing about Arabelle. You're like, Arabelle, she's a ranged hero, and she has downed. Switch these two, fellas. I know they were going for something cool. We're like, okay, we can have a mix. You can have a ranged and a melee team, but that's not what the game is at the moment. Switch those two. All right, boys, if y'all have been watching me for this, I appreciate it. Hopefully I can get this video